The last step is to make our little owl friend. Now, there's different combinations of colors you can use. There's 3 different varieties. We have white, gray, and kind of a light tan color. When we make our owls today, we're going to need to get 1 small color and 1 big color. 1 will be for the body and 1 will be for the eyes and the belly. We only need 1 of each to get all the shapes on the owl. Inside the bigger rectangle, you're going to curve off the 4 corners. You don't want to draw a whole oval because normally that makes our owl way too small and it's harder to control the shape. So all I did was make little curved lines, and now I'm going to just slowly cut each piece off. Don't throw those pieces away though, because we are going to reuse them. 2 of these are going to be the ears and 2 are going to be the wings. Now obviously I got to cut some of these pointy pieces off. I need to turn them into triangles. So if you're confident, you can angle your scissors and cut. If you're not, you can always take your pencil and draw the line first. Don't make them too small or your wings aren't going to show up very well. This way we can recycle scrap paper, and when you don't have that much waste, we only have a tiny little bit we're going to end up throwing away. Now I have 4 little pieces here. All 4 need to be glued behind the body. This is the side where my pencil lines are, so I want this to be the back. This part is going to be the front because I don't see any pencil. I'm going to keep it flipped this way on the back and pick 2 of my triangles, if I have smaller ones, to be the ears. And the ears can actually, you can make them smaller by pulling them further in if you only want smaller ears, or push them up if you want bigger ears. Just glue on the edges. You don't need to put glue all over the back. So those will be the ears, and the wings will go out to the side. Now I can make the wings coming up so it looks like he's waving or flying, or they can be down like he's resting. I think I'm going to make mine coming up like he's flying. Again, just glue on one edge. That will be behind the body. Now this is really sticky, so I need to be extra careful when I flip it over that it doesn't get stuck to the table. Here's my glue stick for now. Now your smaller paper is going to be for your eyes and your belly. I've folded my paper in half, and half of it I'm going to cut off to make the belly, and the other half I'm going to fold again to create the 2 eyes. The same thing that I did with body, I'm going to do with the belly and the eyes. I'm just going to take my pencil and curve off all 4 corners. Remember to put glue on the side that has pencil lines. And for the eyes, stack them and cut them at the same time. Or you can cut them each separately, it's up to you. Same thing, curve off my corners. The nice thing about stacking them is you know your eyes will be exactly the same shape because you're cutting them together. Now if you cut it and realize, wow, those are really big eyes, I might not want them quite so big, you can cut them down a little bit more. I actually like them being this big. You can see on the actual owl, the eyes themselves are right in the center. This is just part of the feathers that go around the owl's eyes. Notice I'm putting glue all over the back, not just one little spot in the middle. I want the whole back to be sticky and shiny. Now what's left to do is to decorate. To decorate our owls, we have colored pencils and skinny Sharpies. Now you can use a pencil first if you want. This is pretty simple though, so I'm just gonna go straight on with the Sharpie. I'm doing little tiny ovals inside my eyes, and I'm gonna color most of it in, but I'm gonna leave a little bit of white so the part of the eye looks kind of shiny. And then the beak is going to go right in between the eyes in an upside down triangle. And I could color that in with a colored pencil, or I could color it in black with my Sharpie. And to add some texture to the feathers, I'm going to use two different colored pencils. One on the gray. I'm just doing some kind of straight line. And then I'm going to add a lighter brown on the belly. I almost forgot my feet. I'm going to do a pencil with that first. With the feet, I was making little M shapes right on the end there. And I'm going to use a Sharpie with this one too. But you can use colored pencil if you want it to be a different color. I'm using a skinny Sharpie for this project, not a thick Sharpie. So if you decide to use Sharpie today, please get the ones that look like pens. They have a thin point. They shouldn't have a thicker point like a marker. When your owl's finished, you can take your scrap papers, throw them in the green trash cans in the middle of your table. All that's left to do is to put our owl somewhere on our picture. He could be sitting on a branch. If you decided to make a nest for him, you could put him in with the nest. If you have a hole, you could put him coming out of the hole. He could be flying. He just learned how to fly. You decide what part of the story you'd like to illustrate with your picture. I think I'm going to put him on this branch because this looks like the perfect spot for him. Flip my owl over. Put glue on the little ears and wings. And then all around the body. All around the edges and then on the inside. Turn your glue stick down when you're finished.